So Matt Kemp, I was watching this today, and I don't think anyone else came across it because I posted it and it's gotten a ton of engagement. It's gotten 224 retweets at this moment. It's gotten over 570,000 impressions. So this got pretty much everywhere. I thought there was going to be some attention on it, but I didn't know if there was going to be this much attention on it because it happened in 2016 when he was traded. But this is Matt Kemp talking about his time in San Diego, being traded to the Braves, how happy he was. And remember, I think around the time he was traded to the Braves, he was so excited to be with the Braves because he hadn't played in a real baseball town before. He was saying something like that. And then he admitted in the Players Tribune about how he gained this reputation of being like selfish and a bad teammate. I'm like, oh well, okay, wonder why. But anyway, here's Matt Kemp talking to Ryan Clark. This is from the Pivot Podcast. Here it is.
Right. WGN or TBS? Atlanta Braves growing up, and then having another all-star season late in your career for that same team. When I got traded to Atlanta from San Diego, man, I was like super happy because I wanted to get out of San Diego because it was weird. It was just weird vibes. I just don't think San Diego is one of them places that like San Diego's a beautiful place, but just like for me at that time, a baseball player, there like I was used to like being in LA and people holding you accountable, especially the media. Yeah. Like the media be like, "Hey, why you suck right now?" Where you be like, "All right, man, I gotta get these motherfuckers off my back." Like in San Diego, the first month and a half, I was terrible. I'm at my locker like this. Nobody bothering me, asking me questions. I was like, I need to go somewhere where it like matters. So getting to Atlanta though.
All right, that's all we need to hear from you, Mr. Kemp. Really? So just going over some of the wording here again after you hear that audio. I was super happy because I wanted to get out of San Diego because it was weird vibes. What was weird about it? Now, okay, in 2016, maybe you say that because like the Padres pulled back after going all in 2015. But I don't know, weird vibe. What do you mean weird vibes? You were used to being in LA and people hold you accountable, especially the media. So you're going to blame your bad performance on, oh, the San Diego media wasn't hard enough on me. They didn't come into my locker to ask me questions. What kind of professional athlete that holds themselves to high standards does that? Right? A real accountable professional athlete would not say, oh, well, I'm used to being in LA where they hold you accountable. So because the media didn't hold you accountable, you were like, okay, so I'll just slack off and not play well. If you had pride, what you would do, Matt, would be, I suck right now. I'm going to work my butt off to go be better. Why do you need the media to come speak to you and say, and ask you, why do you suck right now? The media's fault. Okay. And then the one that pissed me off the most, because I'm a diehard Padres fan, and I see Padres fans, take criticism from other fan bases. And I like to be one of the voices of Padres fans. I'm not going to sit here and be like I am the voice because I'm not. I'm one fan. But I like to give fans a platform, and I hope that fans see them in me a little bit. So when a former player says essentially that Padres baseball does not matter to San Diego, because that's what he says here. I needed to go somewhere where it matters. Really. So it doesn't matter. You're saying it doesn't matter to Padres fans. The Padres don't matter to San Diego? What I would say to that is, and maybe he would point to attendance, right? Look at the 2022 postseason and say that the Padres don't matter to San Diego. Look at last year, the most disappointing season in Padres franchise history, and we were setting attendance records. But the Padres don't matter to San Diego. Guess what? We care. We have cared for a long time, but I don't blame other Padres fans for not wanting to go pack Petco Park when Ron Fowler and others don't spend enough money, and they show that they don't care enough about the fan base to invest in it. Right? So Matt Kemp is off base if he's trying to say that San Diego does not care. If he's trying to say that Padres fans don't care enough, it doesn't matter enough to us. He's wrong about that. Go around Major League Baseball. Go to Yankee Stadium. When the Yankees are not good, do Yankees fans sell out the ballpark? The answer is no. Go to any stadium in baseball. When that team is bad, do they set attendance records? No. Guess what? The Padres, they were bad for the expectations going into the season, and Padres fans set attendance records last year. So I don't want to hear that from Matt. And Matt, how about you just take accountability? Eric Hosmer came on my show, and he took accountability. He didn't make excuses. And I hope Padres fans respect Haas for doing that. I went right at Haas, and I brought up his baseball reference war. And he's like, no excuses. I wasn't good enough. Didn't perform in the way that he wanted to. That's all you got to say. But instead, Matt Kemp goes on the pivot and wants to take shots at San Diego. I was super happy because I wanted to get out of San Diego because it was weird. I was used to being in LA and people hold you accountable, especially the media. It's just take accountability. I think that's all Padres fans want. I think Padres fans respect Haas because he did take the accountability. Maybe not all Padres fans. I can't speak for every Padres fan, but I think Padres fans now respect Haas after that interview that he did with me more than they did before that. And instead, Matt Kemp wants to try to crap on Padres fans. And yeah, Atlanta, okay, it's a baseball town. Yep. San Diego's a baseball town. I think we've proven that.